Peace, 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 and welcome to Love Sirya Divine Channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on this reading and tuning in. And if you are returning, thank you for your support again. We're going to tap into these messages to see what divine guidance does the Holy Spirit want to share with the Divine Collective on this beautiful day. Okay, we're going to go ahead and tap in to see what messages does the Holy Spirit want to share with the Divine Collective today. Okay, I do see battle within at the bottom of the deck, so maybe you all are going through a battle with yourself, going back and forth about some particular decisions. We have embraced the void, going back and forth about a particular path that you may be taking, going back and forth about some things you may be feeling or experiencing, or some things that you may be craving. We have relentless craving here. So you may be going back and forth about some desires, about a choice, a decision, okay? But we're going to see, first coming out, we got positive change. It says, transform pain into strength and empower yourself. Ascend, evolution, and free. Okay, we love to see it. Holy Spirit, come through. We have confront fears. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Bravery, healing, and reclaim. Okay, so you all are embarking on a new journey, a new positive journey as you are confronting your fears, okay? We have courage coming out. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be seen. Fear, vulnerability, and growth, okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What other messages do you have for the Divine Collective? Thank you. We have shadow dance. It says, when you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. Fluidity, movement, and open. We have a card that fell. Which is wounded healer. The wound is the place where light enters you. Empathy, healing, purpose. Okay. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What other messages do you have? We have seductive allure. Instant gratification blinds you to the consequences. Craving, promises, and hidden. Okay? So we're going to stop there. These are 6 cards. So there's some balancing. There's a balancing act that is happening right now in you all's life that is creating some positive changes as you are confronting your fears. Okay? As you are being true to yourself. We have no boundaries at the bottom of the deck. It says, difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, and limits, okay? So what I'm hearing with this is I am seeing doubles here. So I am seeing couples energy here. So I feel like you all are healing a particular shadow aspect of yourself when it comes to how you show up in relationships, when it comes to how you show up in partnerships. Okay, with this seductive lure, you all may have a wound in which you accept, I'm hearing sweet nothings, okay, where you accept people's words, but you do not acknowledge their behaviors, the actions that they take or the lack of actions that they take. Okay, but you all are embarking on a new journey in which you are setting, where you are changing things positively, okay? Confronting your fears. With this, have courage and show up and let yourself be seen, vulnerability. You all are confronting your fears of being seen, confronting your fears of being vulnerable. Confronting your fears of abandonment is also what I'm hearing, okay? Because that may be a wound in which you all may have, in which you are afraid to show up and be seen and hold particular boundaries because you don't want somebody to leave you or think that you're too much, okay? But Spirit is saying it's time for you to heal this wound. It's time for you to speak more gently with yourself, okay? To be more truthful and honest with yourself so that you don't go into a cycle of having to heal wounds that you inflicted on yourself because of the choices that you are making and the consequences of those choices, okay? You all are being called to dance with that shadow side of yourself that constantly seeks validation, that constantly seeks approval from other people, that constantly seeks to be chosen by other people. that constantly seeks instant gratification from other people. Okay, it's time for you to walk away from people, places, and situations that do not serve you. It's time to establish some boundaries, some healthy boundaries. It's time to really put a stamp on your name. Okay, begin to incorporate healthy standards for yourself. Have more respect for yourself. Okay, making sure that your needs are met, and if they are not met, being willing to walk away and let go. Okay, but it's time for you all to kind of place some healthy boundaries around yourself so that you can stop following into this seductive allure. Okay, and once you are experiencing people, places, and situations that don't really have your best interests at heart, okay, people, places, and situations that are not really meeting your needs but are meeting your wants. Okay, because when you have people that are meeting your wants but not your needs, okay, they will leave you with this void. And I did see that card earlier, embrace the void. Okay, so you all may have this void that is brewing within you with a particular person, place, or situation, because these things are satisfying and gratifying your wants, but they're not satisfying and gratifying your needs. Okay, and you all may have a particular fear on acknowledging this truth, because acknowledging this truth will cause you to have to change, will cause you to have to embark on a different journey, a new journey. Okay, but this change will be positive. This change will allow you to transform and empower yourself. But you all are experiencing a pain, okay, something that is triggering you all. And it's time for you all to confront whatever this is. Okay, it's time for you all to put up some healthy boundaries. It's time for you all to respect yourself some more. Okay, Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. We have 9 of Wands coming out with this positive change. Okay, so with this positive change and this 9 of Wands, okay, 9 is a message of things coming to an end. Okay, but you all, the 9 of Wands is the wounded healer, the wounded warrior. Okay, in which you all have been fighting a battle for a very long time. You may feel weary, you may feel tired, okay? But you have to keep pushing forward, because the pain that you are experiencing right now, okay? This pain is ushering you all to make a positive change in your life, so that you can get out of this wounded warrior energy, so you can stop being on the defense, so you can stop fighting. Okay, you all have your defenses up right now because you lack appropriate boundaries, you lack healthy boundaries. Okay, so you're constantly experiencing pain, you're constantly experiencing hardships, constantly experiencing burdens, constantly experiencing swift movements, swift actions in which things are here today and gone tomorrow. Like, there's no stability. Okay, but you all are embarking on a new journey in which all of these things are going to change, in which you can get out of this wounded warrior, this wounded healer energy. Okay, and even though in the tarot 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior, I'm really wanting to say the wounded healer, because we do have this wounded healer here. But with the wounded healer, oftentimes as a wounded healer, you typically allow yourself to be in the presence of people, places, and situations that are also wounded. Okay, but you take it as your responsibility to heal these people, okay, to fix these people, to work on these people, because you have the strength, because you have the power, because you have the knowledge. Okay, you see, she's sitting here with a book. Okay, because you are able to fight battles, because you have the strength, because you have the knowledge, oftentimes it could be a habit to insert yourself into other people's journey, into other people's path, okay, to try to fix them, to try to help them, to try to heal them. And Spirit is saying your only responsibility is to be that change, okay, is to continue to empower yourself, work on yourself, heal yourself so that you can shine brightly. And as you walk through, I don't know why I'm hearing walk through the valley of the shadow of the death, but as you all walk through your life and journey, you will shine the light on other people's misfortunes and transgressions, okay? So as long as you are being the example, okay, as long as you are holding yourself to a high standard, as long as you are respecting yourself, as long as you are maintaining healthy boundaries, okay, the people that you encounter, the places that you enter will have no choice but to bend and change to your evolution, okay, in which you won't have to put up so many defenses, in which you won't have to fight other people's battles, okay? I'm hearing that the strength is within you. Yeah, with the Page of Swords, you all possess a lot of knowledge, okay? You all are messengers to other people when it comes to changing, when it comes to making that change. But that's your other people's journey is not your responsibility, okay? Holy Spirit, come through, tell us what's true. What is this confront fears for the Divine Collective? What is this confront fears? Thank you. We have the Lovers coming out, okay? Confront fears says the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek, bravery, healing, reclaim, okay? So you all are on the journey of reclaiming your divine right, all right? The Lovers card is mainly a card of making choices, sound choices that are in alignment with your highest good, that are in alignment with the love that you have for yourself, okay? With the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck, you all may have been struggling on a journey to love yourself. You all may be isolated at this moment in time in which you're on the journey to love yourself. And it may have been a struggle, okay, to really know what that means, to really step into your power, to really step into your healing. You all may have distractions that are competing with your attention. You may have other people who are competing for your love, for your attention, okay? But it's time to confront the fears that you may have of being alone. Confront the fears that you may have of choosing yourself, okay? Because right now you all are going through a struggle to invest in yourself with the Seven of Pentacles. You all are being called to be patient, to really invest into yourself, to really tend to your own garden, okay? To really know what it means to be in this energy of divine love with the Lovers here, okay? You all are right now fighting and struggling against temptation with this Lovers card. I feel like there's a fear that if you all put up the appropriate boundaries against the people, places, and situations that are tempting you, that you may lose something valuable, okay? But Spirit is saying the value that you seek is really within you, which is why you're being chosen, why you're choosing to choose yourself, to uplift yourself, to empower yourself, okay? And now is the time to make this change. Now is the time for you to move forward with this Six of Swords, to learn how to respect yourself, okay? So you can get out of this Three of Swords energy of constantly self-sabotaging, of constantly experiencing heartache and heart pains, of constantly always fighting against the grain, okay? Now is the time to choose yourself, to show yourself more respect, okay? So that you can receive the respect that you deserve. All right, we have courage. We have the Empress coming out. It says, stop hiding, show up and let yourself be seen. Fear, vulnerability, and growth. Yeah, it's time for you all to have courage to really show other people who you are, okay? It's time to get out of this cycle of feeling like that you have to answer to other people, that you have to bow down to other people and their needs and their wants. It's time for you to step into your Empress energy, okay? Empress energy is all about abundance, growth, okay? Being secure, being stable. Absolutely, it's beautiful energy, okay? Very magnetic, very attractive, very, have everything that she wants at her feet. Very fertile energy, very abundant energy, all about growth, okay? And it's time for you all to be seen as this empress so that you can attract an emperor. Or if you are a male watching this, it's time for you all to be seen as the empress so you can attract your empress. It's time for you to uphold your standard of who you truly are. You are an empress or an emperor, and it's time to stop fearing that, okay? I feel like you all are afraid to set appropriate boundaries here. Wow, we have self-sabotage at the bottom, okay? You all are afraid to set appropriate boundaries because you're afraid that if you uphold this standard, that you'll lose the people, situations, or even places and environments that have value to you right now. Okay, but as I said in the beginning, these people, places, and situations are meeting your wants and not your needs, okay? An empress needs an emperor. An emperor needs an empress. Somebody that's going to match them, that's equally yoked, okay? But you all are definitely changing with this world card. There's a cycle ending. Once you all step into this energy of choosing what's best for you, what's best for your highest good, and choosing what matches your standards, your status, okay? This change is going to be extremely positive and fruitful with the world card so that you can come out of this self-sabotaging energy, okay? Yeah, but it's time for you all to let other people know who you are. Stand up for yourself with this Nine of Wands. Stand up for the things that you need and the things that you want. Stand up for what is yours by divine right, okay? It's time for you all to step into your power. Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. What is this shadow dance coming out? We have the Eight of Pentacles coming out with the shadow dance, okay? It's time for you all to master this shadow aspect of you. This side of you that leads you astray. This side of you that chooses things that are not for your highest good. The side of you that chooses things that are just instant gratification. Like I said, the things that make you, that satisfy your wants but not your needs, okay? With this Eight of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you are definitely being called to master yourself, to work hard on integrating the shadow aspect and using it for your highest good as opposed to allowing this shadow side of you to use you, okay? It's time for you to set appropriate boundaries with this Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords cut off any and everything that is not worth her time or her energy. Queen of Swords don't take no bullshit, okay? She sets boundaries with grace, with intellect, okay? But you will never catch her slipping. It's time for you all to master this side of you, okay? To really hold yourselves to a higher standard and not allow anything or anyone to infiltrate is what I'm hearing, okay? But you all are definitely being called to master this shadow aspect of you. The side of you that feels responsible for somebody else's happiness. Holy Spirit, come through and tell us what's true. What is this wounded healer for the Divine Collective? So we have the Two of Swords that fell, okay, with the Five of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, okay? With this Two of Swords coming out, you all are constantly on the fence about choices that you need to make. Choices that are in alignment with your healing, okay? You all are constantly having this mental battle, okay, when it comes to your well-being with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the single card, but it's also the card of well-being, self-sufficiency, okay? So you all are constantly in a mental battle, a mental conflict between choosing yourself and other people, places, and situations. Choosing the things that are really good for your well-being, okay? If it constantly has you going back and forth, if it constantly has you having this battle within yourself, questioning yourself, doubting yourself, okay, then the choice is quite evident to let it go and to focus on your well-being with this Nine of Pentacles, okay? With the Page of Wands, yeah, it's time for you all to take a new journey, to turn a new page towards things that inspire you, that uplift you, that empower you, that heal you, okay, and guide you towards your purpose here, okay? But with this Two of Swords, you all are there's definitely a choice that needs to be made, okay? You all are at a crossroads right now. Between choosing what heals you and what triggers you. The triggers may be comfortable. The triggers may be familiar, okay? But it's time for you to heal those wounds, to shine light on the things that are not in alignment with your purpose, that are not in alignment with your healing, okay? Holy Spirit, come through. Tell us what's true. Thank you. With this craving allure, we have the Four of Swords coming out. Okay, so you all are definitely being called to kind of rest. Take a beat on the things that you are craving. Okay, on this seductive allure. Take a rest on things that are tempting you. Okay, the things that blind you from the consequences, the things that you are craving. Okay, it's time to turn over to God with this Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is my prayer card. Okay, it's time for you all to give it to God. Some of you all may be called to be abstinent, to put down certain addictions, to put down certain cravings, things that you know are not for your highest good. Okay, but it's time for you all to really let go of things that are keeping you in bondage, that are keeping you in a cycle of always being on the defense, of always feeling like you have to heal yourself, of things that are triggering you. Okay? It's time for you all to really let go of a karmic cycle and really begin anew, but anew in this new energy of being in your Empress and this Lover's card, okay? Of you tapping into your intuition and honoring your emotions, okay? Honoring your needs, honoring your wants, like literally nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. These are the boundaries that you are being called to seek, okay? It's time for you all to take care of yourself, whatever that looks like, okay? If that looks like walking away from a person, place, or situation, if that looks like walking away from a job, if that looks like walking away from a home, whatever that looks like to you, okay, have the courage to take that step, to set those boundaries so that you can experience a positive change in your life, full of love, full of peace, full of gratitude. Okay, wow, we have the Village coming out with the Sword. Yeah, the Village and the Sword. The Village talks about leaving your comfort zone. The Village talks about leaving the people, places, and situations that do not serve you anymore, okay? That were good for you in one season of your life, but now you're stepping into a new self, which is going to require you to leave your comfort zone, okay? And with this Sword, I feel like you all, like I said, are at a crossroads right now, but you are being called to make a choice. Okay, there's a path that you are being called to take at this moment in time. And this path is being revealed to you right now. This change, okay, this positive change is happening right now. And you're being called to confront your fears so that you can move forward in your power, move forward in grace, move forward in love, and not fear. Okay, because this new journey, this new path that you are being called to take is going to be very healing. It's going to be positive. It's going to be rewarding, okay? But you have to let go and get rid of any temptation, any distractions, okay? Give it to God. Ask God for the discernment. Ask God for the strength as you are moving forward, okay? But let's read these cards, okay? The Village is a place number 41 on page 145. So April 1st or January 4th may be significant. January 5th, May 1st, May 14th, May 4th may be significant. All right. And with the Sword, this is a tool. Number 62. So June 2nd, February 6th may be significant on page 189. January 8th, January 9th. August 1st, August 9th, September 1st, September 8th may be significant. All right, so right now you all are at the place of the Village, which we will read, and you're being called to use the Sword. Okay? So we're going to read this to see what other messages the Holy Spirit wants to share. So the village, it says the hometown, the family, the tribe. When light, intimate, rooted, intergenerational, communal. When dark, small-minded, gossipy, trapped, restricted. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its perimeters will never saturate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits, okay? Yeah, you all are being called to confront your fears, to leave certain people, places, and situations that are not in alignment with this new version of you. This new version of you is you stepping into your power, stepping into this emperor energy so that you can shine brightly, so that you can attract the people, places, and situations that are for your highest good. Okay, you all are on the journey of healing yourself, on the journey of self-mastery, and you're being called to choose yourself and give everything else to God. It will all work out in divine timing, okay? The sword, it says the knife, the blade, the weapon. When light, cutting through to what is essential. When dark, hasty, backstabbing, a dull and painful blade, all right? To use the sword is to decide. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. An onlooker may think the sword bearer is hasty and violent, but the most compassionate and responsible gesture is one that is honest, swift, and accurate. That's that Queen of Swords energy we saw. Our first encounter with the sword is at birth, when the cord we share with the mother is cut. This moment defines our separation from her and begins our journey of becoming ourselves. We must make these cuts again and again, and if we are to grow. Decisions shape our life, and the sword is an infinite shaper of destiny, okay? So yeah, you all are definitely being called to cut a particular person, place, or situation out of your life so that you can grow, so that you can embody this new chapter in your life. Embody it with bravery. Embody it with confidence. Embody it with love. Embody it with beauty, okay? Embody it with strength, with your healed self and not your wounded self, okay? Because this next chapter that you are stepping into is going to be abundant and fruitful. Is going to be rewarding, okay? So you want to step in it with the confidence, knowing that you love yourself, that you respect yourself, and you won't accept nothing less, okay? This is an opportunity for you all to create anew, to begin anew, and you do not want to take old energy, old people, old things, old situations, old patterns, old cycles with you into this new journey, because you're creating something new, something different. So you have to show up new. You have to show up different, which is why you have this Empress and this Eight of Pentacles. This is very abundant energy, but you have to master yourself, okay? You have to make decisions to cut out people, places, and situations that are not in alignment with you, and give the rest to God, like it was saying in that card, okay? The Sword card said it perfectly, okay? It says, the choice is made and all else falls away. Okay, so once you make the choice to choose yourself, to honor yourself, to respect yourself, to love yourself, everything else will dissipate. Everything else will fall away that is not in alignment with you, that does not serve you, that is not good for you, okay? And you allow God to remove these people from your path as you continue to focus on you, as you continue to align with you, as you continue to choose you. Set those appropriate boundaries, okay? Beautiful reading, and I'm gonna leave it here. If this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up, okay? It really helps the channel. Leave a comment below, let your girl know, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And I'm sending you all love and light. Catch you in the next reading. Peace.